Hello guys, today we're going to be building the Guillows DHC-3 Beaver. It's a flying free flight or electro-conversion model. There we go. It's got a 24-inch wingspan, which is about 60.96 centimeters, and it's 1/24 scale. Beavers are quite nice aircraft actually that are used to sort of hop around different lakes in parts of America and stuff like that. It's a single prop, and it's mainly a bush plane. It was used for cargo and passenger hauling in rugged and remote areas of the world, as they say on here. But yeah, I've built Guillows kits before, and they're very nice, very well designed kits, and quite close to the real thing. But yeah, so here we go. Opening the box, we've got a little important notice that they usually put in, and that's just to do with how over the years some parts have been taken out and stuff. So yeah. And then here we've got our basically instructions to build it. So if you're building it for the first time, or building a balsa kit for the first time, definitely go by the instructions. Some things you can jump ahead when you sort of built a few, but even then you end up missing something and then you're like, shit. So best thing to do is go for it. But as you see, it's quite well set out, quite easy to understand. Building the fuselage and frame, the wing frames, the rudder and stabilizer, and you know the finishing touches and adjusting. It's even got things about adjusting the center of gravity and stuff like that. But yeah, apart from that, we've got the plans here. Two-sided, double-sided plans as usual. So you'll have the sort of wing layout, the fuselage layout, the rudder and stabilizer layout, and a little sort of overview of pieces. If you ever break a piece or you lose a piece, the beauty of having an imprint of pieces is that you can literally build one out of a bit of balsa wood, if it's a small enough piece, off of the offcuts that you get from the kit. But yeah, quite well laid out, you know, usual with Guillows. And on the other side we've got an overview of the flame. So this is exact to scale, just like all the other pieces, which really gives you an idea of how all the stringers and the struts are laid out. But yeah, a little bit about the colour scheme, things like that. Yeah, but that's what you've got on the plans. And then we've got our decals. So these are they activate with water, so you chop them in water and put them on. Here we've got the optional float planes. So these are optional. The kit doesn't come with the pieces for this, but again, because it's got the layout of the pieces and the outline, you can just cut it out from a bit of balsa and build it. But yeah, I do believe in America you can order it as a separate sort of little kit. But yeah, it's the optional float plates. Then we've got the nose cone, and we've got two little, I think, exhaust, or not exhaust, maybe some kind of bit, maybe air intake or something extra for cooling or something. Here we've got a little imprint of the engine, and then wheels and propeller, which seems rather small. No, I believe that's the propeller we're going to be using. Got different bits of balsa wood, different thicknesses, so make sure you lay them out on the plans and make sure they're the right pieces for what you're doing. As you can see, one is square, the profile of them, one is square, and the other two are rectangular. Thin bits of balsa, these are the stringers. Yeah. In here we've got all the laser cut bits. Laser cut is so nice, so clean compared to some older aircraft kits that I've built. It's a nightmare. You get bits falling off because you have to cut it out, and yeah, but laser cut is very clean, as we can see, and lovely kit to build. But yeah, that's that one. And then we've got some of this. This is just like, I don't know how to explain it really. It's just almost looks like blue tack. Not blue tack obviously, but it's just to even out the weight around the aircraft, so you can pop a bit in the front, pop a bit in the back or whatever. Here, so this is one, I believe this is going to be for connecting the wings together to add some structure. Oh, there's another one of those profiles. Here we've got the rubber band, which if you're doing free flight model you use to power it. You've got some piano wire here, which we're going to be building the landing gear out of, or the frame. Got some plastic, see-through plastic, which is going to be our windscreen, and then we've got our tissue paper. Tissue paper is what we're going to use to cover it. There are other options available if you're quite, pro in the hobby and you've got the equipment. You can melt some plastic coating on it and stuff. But good old balsa kit's usually the best bet, especially free flight, is to use tissue paper because it's not heavy at all and it seals it off nicely. But yeah, that's all the pieces, and let's get on with the build. Hey guys, so I've just finished the main longitudinal and transverse frame for the aircraft. I will be placing all the stringers, but I'm waiting to finish all the bits on this side of the plan so I can see the exact placement of the stringers on the other side of the plan, because there's a one-for-one image sketch diagram of the stringer layout and the frames layout. So yeah, so just so you can see, it's not perfect, but doesn't need to be perfect. Any imperfections I can sand out once I've actually placed the stringers, and I'm getting ready to cover. But yeah, let's move on to the wings.